Welcome to Binge List. In this video we are counting down our picks for must-watch all-time best thriller movies. We begin with Old Boy, a 2003 South Korean action thriller film directed and co-written by Park Chan-wook and stars Choi Min-sik, Lee Ji-tae, and Kang Ha-yoon. Oh Dae-soo is released after being kidnapped and imprisoned for 15 years, only to discover that he must find his kidnapper within 5 days. Oh Dae-soo is hellbent on finding those responsible for his inexplicable captivity and exacting his vengeance on the unknown tormentor, who, on the other hand, would despise Oh Dae-soo so much that he would deny him a quick and clean death. This film can be magnificent, startling, ludicrous, moderately hilarious, and visually gorgeous, which is an impressive achievement for any film. I won't divulge the plot or end this with a Latin quote to reinforce my self-importance. Rather, I'll just say go and watch it, preferably if you're not too squeamish and don't mind subtitles. Stream Old Boy on Amazon Prime. Christian Bale, Willem Dafoe, and Jared Leto feature in Mary Harron's 2000 satirical psychological horror thriller American Psycho. Based on Bret Easton Ellis' 1991 novel of the same name, it stars Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, a New York City investment banker who leads a double life as a serial killer. Patrick Bateman, a rich New York City investment banking executive, conceals his parallel psychopathic persona from coworkers and friends as he sinks deeper into his violent, hedonistic dreams. In other words, he is made up of a human-like shell that includes just greed and disgust, desire in desiring what others have, and disgust in those who do not fulfill his expectations. He does not view them as persons, but simply of the qualities he wishes to eliminate. American Psycho, without a doubt, is the most undervalued film of the last decade, is a piece of American cinema that should not be missed by anyone, regardless of whether or not they like violence. This film is a gem that is vastly underappreciated. So many quotable moments, a real cult classic. Wolf of Wall Street on steroids. Stream American Psycho on Amazon Prime and Netflix. Identity is a 2003 American mystery thriller film directed by James Mangold, stars John Cusack, Ray Liotta, and Amanda Peet. Inspired by Agatha Christie's 1939 whodunit novel And Then There Were None. Stranded in a desolate Nevada hotel amid a torrential rainstorm, 11 strangers become acquainted when they learn they are being murdered off one by one. The killer leaves a calling card of a hotel room key, beginning with room 10, and works his way up to room 1 after the final victim is killed. This movie totally surprised me on every level. The plot is like a long twisting, turning tunnel with only a ray of light at the end. The cast is fantastic, the location is sufficiently terrifying, and there are plenty of red herrings to keep you guessing. Definitely one to watch in the dark with a group of pals to scare yourself silly. You will not be sorry. Stream Identity on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. The Game is a 1997 American mystery thriller film directed by David Fincher and stars Michael Douglas, Sean Penn, Deborah Kara Unger, and James Rebhorn. It depicts the story of a wealthy investment banker who receives a surprising birthday gift from his brother to engage in a game that strangely blends with his daily life. As the boundaries between the banker's actual life and the game blur, clues of a broader plot emerge. This film took me on one psychological roller coaster ride after another, with twists and turns at every turn. It's one of the most interesting and captivating films I've seen in a long time. You must see this flick. I won't say anything else since I don't want to ruin it for you. Stream The Game on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Netflix. Seven is a 1995 American crime thriller film directed by David Fincher and stars Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, and John C. McGinley. A film about two murder investigators on the hunt for a serial killer who justifies his atrocities as atonement for the rest of the world's ignorance of the 7 deadly sins. The film moves from the tortured remains of one victim to the next, while the sociopathic John Doe preaches to detectives Somerset and Mills one sin at a time. Rarely has a film had such a good dark and scary mood. Because of this, I consider this film to be more of a horror film than a thriller. The film begins dark, dramatic, terrifying, and mysterious, setting the tone for the rest of the film. dark and terrifying film that you will never forget, owing in part to the climax, which I will not disclose for you. A must-see, 10 out of 10. Stream 7 on Paramount Plus and Apple TV. All of the movies are available on the mentioned streaming platforms, and if for somewhat reason you are unable to access these movies, then you can use a good VPN provider and change your location to access the content. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content.